Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Should we bring in Shabbat? Bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam, bim bam, bim 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 bam, bim 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 bam. Shabbat Shalom, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. We'll light the candles. Take in the light. I'm needing a lot of light. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'tzivanu l'chadlik ner shel Shabbat. And there they are, lit for another Shabbat, to lift us up and take us through the coming week. So let's welcome in the angels. Shalom Alechem, Malachei Hasharet, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Boachem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Barchuni l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu. Tzeitem l'shalom, Malachei Hashalom, Malachei Elyon, Mi Melech Malachei HaMelachim, HaKadosh Baruch Hu, Baruch Hu. So you know what we're saying when we welcome in the angels? We say, Shalom to you, peace be unto you, Malachei Hasharet, you ministering messengers of Melech HaMelachim, the King of Kings, the Holy One, blessed is that one. And we say, come in peace, you angels of peace, you messengers, because angels are messengers. Come in peace, you angels of peace, and then bless us in peace. Give us some peace before you depart in peace. And that's what we sing to them. We welcome them in, and hopefully are beginning to feel a little more peaceful as we're developing our Shabbat selves. So we have another guest for Shabbat, the bride of Shabbat. So let's welcome her in as well. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmi'anu el hamyuchad, Adonai echad, U'shemo echad. L'shem al tiferet v'litchila, Lecha dodi likrat kala, Penei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela. I love that that's a waltz melody, because I imagine waltzing with the bride of Shabbat all around a big ballroom, saying Shamor v'zachor, Shamor to keep, that's the first candle, v'zachor, and to remember Shabbat, that they were, when God said them, they came out together as one word. And that's what we're singing, to remember and to keep Shabbat, and we're bringing the bride of Shabbat in. We'll go to our special psalm for Shabbat. The righteous shall flourish like palms, grow tall like cedars in Lebanon, rooted in the house of Adonai, in the courtyards of our God. They shall bear fruit, still fruitful in old age. They shall remain ever fresh and green, proclaiming that Adonai is just, my rock, in whom there is no wrong. Tzadikata machar yifrach ke'eres bavanon yiskei shetulim bevet Adonai bechatzrot Eloheinu yafrichu od yanuvon b'seva teshenim v'ra'ananim yiyu lehagid ki yashar Adonai tzuri velo avlatabo. This week in the Torah, Moses is still speaking to the Israelites on the other side of the Jordan, because, you know, he's not going to get to cross over the Jordan into the promised land. And he really wants people to do this right. And so he goes on for the whole book of Deuteronomy, telling them all the things they need to remember and to do. And this week the portion opens and he says, see, he's quoting God, I am placing before you today the blessing and the curse. The blessing on this one mountain, Gerizim, and the curse on Mount Ebal. Now I have to tell you, there actually is a place in Israel with these two, I don't know, out here in the West, I don't know that we call them mountains, but they're very big hills, like some of the biggest hills in San Francisco. And one of them is green and lush, and the other one, Mount Ebal, is dry and parched. I don't. It's uh, caused by nature in some way. Gerizim, I guess, is gets some rain, and Ebal, even though it's close by, doesn't. And Moses is telling them, later on, they're going to talk about a ritual where the people will enter the land between these two mountains. And they will have a choice to remember which to do, the blessings or the curse, which kind of behavior they're going to act out of. And the mountains are a very big reminder. And what I love about this, there's so many things. One is that we do have free choice. We have free choice not only in our actions, but we can also choose what we're going to spend our energy thinking about. Are we going to think about the blessings in our lives, or are we going to think about the curses in our lives? Because that's going to affect how we behave. Okay, one way, if we think about the blessings, we're going to behave with a lot more gratitude and graciousness. And we're going to understand that a little trouble falls in everyone's life. But if we dwell on the curses, we're going to act out of anger and resentment. So that's the first thing I love about this Torah portion, that there's a choice. But the other thing that I love is all throughout Judaism, we have so many things to remind us. And this one is like the mezuzah on our door, that we're entering the promised land. And as we enter, we want to make sure that we are preparing ourselves in the best way. And just like the mezuzah, as we enter different spaces and we see that mezuzah and we take a moment, oh yeah, I remember, and we touch the mezuzah and we kiss it, that we have a choice of how to be in each of those spaces that we enter. And Moses is trying to tell us, you only get to live once. And he knows, because he knows he's going to die soon. And he's trying to tell us to focus on the blessings. Remember to do the things that are going to be blessing to other people and to ourselves. Be just and kind and fair. Treat people well. Treat the earth well. That's what Moses is trying to tell us. So my hope is that you will remember this week that we have a choice between blessing and curse. And the choice, that's up to you. So let's sing. We'll close with Oseh Shalom, asking for peace. Oseh Shalom bimromav, u'ya'aseh shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'imru amen. Ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ya'aseh shalom, ya'aseh shalom, shalom aleinu, ve'al kol Yisrael, ve'meru amen. May the one who makes peace make peace upon us and all Israel and everywhere in the world. We'll say amen. We'll sing after I take a drink of water. We'll sing our blessing for healing. We know there's so many people in the world who need healing, those suffering with this COVID-19, and then all the other people that suffer all the other time. There's places of conflict and misery and unfairness, and we want to extend healing and righteousness to everyone. But take a moment also and think of the very people you know that you were placed here to pray for their healing. Let's think about them for a moment. We'll say their names out loud. We'll sing our blessing for peace. Mi sheberach avotenu mekor habraha limotenu. May the source of strength who bless the ones before us help us find the courage to make our lives a blessing, and let us say Amen. Mi sheberach imotenu mekor habraha lavotenu. Bless those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit, and let us say Amen. So a very important part of our tradition is to remember people who have died, people who have passed through our lives in a meaningful way, and we want their souls to know we haven't forgotten them. We haven't forgotten them. And I understand this past week at Rhoda Goldman Plaza, that Hadley Hall died. And so we're going to remember him in our Kaddish today. But take a moment and for anyone who's had other deaths recently or who's remembering a yard site, let's say their names out loud. Okay, and then we're going to say Kaddish. I'm turning in my book here to the Kaddish. Okay. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shmei Rabbah v'alma divra chirutei v'amlich malchutei v'chayechon uv'yomechon uv'chayei d'chol beit Yisrael ba'agala uv'izman kariv ve'imru Amen. Yehei shmei Rabbah mevorach le'olam ul'almei almaya Yitbarak v'yishtabach v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam v'yitnaseh v'yithadar v'yitaleh v'yithalal shemei d'kudesha b'richu le'ela min kol birchata v'shirata tushbachata v'nechemata da'amiran b'yama v'imru Amen. Hosei shalom b'muamav Huya aseh shalom aleinu ve'al kol Yisrael ve'al kol yoshvei tevel ve'imru Amen. So if you have a cup of something to celebrate Shabbat with, we'll lift it up. We'll say Baruch Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kidshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzavanu, v'shabbat kodsho be'ahava uvratzon hinchilanu, zikaron lema'aseh v'reshit, ki hu yom techila למקרא קודש, זכר ליציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת, עם כהנים, ושבת קודשך, באהבה וברצון הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני מקדש השבת. אמן. לחיים לחיים. If you have a little bit of bread, Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz. Amen. I have to tell you, I miss so much seeing you in person. It makes all the difference. And I hope you are well, and I hope you're finding choices in your life that give you a sense of contentment, at least on Shabbat. Shabbat Shalom, everyone, and I'll see you next week.